And here we go. Yay. Um, Hopefully the colors are good. You know what? I'm gonna try one thing here. Let's step across.
Yeah, you need some light.
Here.
Yeah, that's all dingy and dark and crappy.
Oh hush. It's not dingy, but there we go. I bet that'll help. Okay. And now the thing is, I don't want to wash it out too much, but there we go. Alrighty. Okay, and that should have, of course, you guys, because of where I've got the phone tilted, you can see a little bit of a little Ramadan lights that I have going in the corner. It's just I don't have a camera view where I can like back out and let you see everything. You know.
Oh yeah.
That
I
and
know the limitations.
yeah, that nobody really needs to see my cork board. You know, with all that stuff on it next to the computer. It's kind of messy. But,
It's a workspace.
yes, it's a workspace. Although I love the little things that I got from there's a little tobacco store chain, tobacco and vapes and stuff like that. Progressive smoking, and it's a chain across like the extreme south of I think like Louisiana and Alabama, stuff Gulf Coast, and it's called the Raw Shop. And so yes, I have gotten a few nifty kind of Egyptian themed things from the Raw Shop. So, but alrighty, well, I'm gonna turn the volume down just a hair. There we go. But welcome, guys. Welcome to our Feast of Opet 2021, and also known for others as Labor Day weekend.
Yay.
So, Darren's like, yay. Hello, everyone. And nice. And I have to. Well, you know what? What I'm going to do is when it comes time to present the offerings, I'll show off something that I got in the mail just today from one of our lovely anonymous angels. Um, so, yeah, very very cool. And I've noticed some folks have been posting. You know, well, what are you planning to do for OPET for the weekend? I think some people are planning on celebrating for like the next week. So we'll probably have a little bit of a wrap up next week for that. And we're probably going to, well, I know we're going to be cooking a big deer roast Sunday.
Yep.
So, but it was given to us with the stipulation of, oh, cook it for me so I can have some. Because, well, my younger brother, cooking isn't necessarily his strong suit.
What is?
Oh, don't I know it? My husband, he's not a big cooker unless it's something on the grill.
If I could stand up, I'd do it all.
Yeah. Oh, Darren, I know you'd be like cooking and grilling and stuff like that, but well, we do what we can do. So, all right. Well, let me grab. This is the one thing that I forgot. Um. Okay. Yes. A prayer request for all those in Southeast Louisiana and the Northeast that Ida has affected. Um.
Amen.
0 out of 10 would not repeat. Yeah. I'm glad everyone that we were concerned about and that we checked on, including Domina, are okay. And that you're not hurt or without a home, hopefully. And for those that are, may they find something nice and not get stuck in a Katrina cottage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or an Ida abode.
Oh goodness, that. I hope that doesn't become a thing.
If it does, it started here.
Well, yes. Yes, definitely so. Alrighty. Oh, well, let me go ahead and get things started. And also, I've one of the things that I did to prepare was to get things set up so that Almond could have a pedestal, and we've got Konsu, our latest edition, in, and I need to get a shawl for him. But we have the full Theban triad, and what's kind of cool is the statue of Konsu and the statue of Mut, short though she is, are both from Egypt itself. So
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
yeah. So here comes your favorite part. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me, as Tefnut purifies me. Hail unto you, Nixidor. Come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Purity is upon our hands, purity was in our hearts. We have cast out all evil that pertains to us. Hey, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure. You roll closer just to flick water at me.
I love you. What else am I gonna do? Gotta make sure you're pure.
All right, well, here you go. And we will be using more of these waters in a minute. But not on you.
I'll melt.
Yeah, I figured you'd say something about
Sugar
that. You know,
melts.
being made out of sugar, you'll melt. Okay. Let's see. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Shelter it from the fan. There we go. Come in peace. Receive the light. The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light. The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra in all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light. The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who's tuning in and everyone who will be catching us later. We're thinking of you. You're part of our group. This eye of Horus comes and we are purified with it. Receive the light. And I'll light a couple of others. Here we go. Oh, where's my little... Looking for my grill lighter. There we go. This is actually a Diwali candle. And Diwali will be coming in about a month. So there will probably be more cool things like this at the local Indian grocery store very soon. But this is one that I saved for festive occasions like tonight. And because Opet was originally connected with the reigning king and, you know, his reconsecration as the son of Amun, we will light a candle that is dedicated to our patron pharaoh, Tutankhamun.
Oh, Tutankhamun.
There we go.
Yeah, your namesake, Ted.
Huh?
Your namesake. Oh, I'm joking around.
Oh, you got it.
You're saying you're consecrating that candle to King Tutankhamun, and I'm trying to tell my cat your namesake.
Oh, okay. So you have a kitty named Tutankhamun?
Yes.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, and I'm trying to tell him, and he runs away.
Well, pets seem to be very camera shy, especially with
Yes,
smartphones.
Cats
So.
are very much.
Alrighty. Let me step over. I forgot it was Friday. Just done with their daily ritual. Hey, that's okay. Oh goodness. And actually, you know what, Amanat, if you want to go to college and study Egyptology, I would recommend a good place to check out would be the University of Memphis. because they're the only college in the United States where you can actually get a bachelor's in it. And that would be a great way to try it out and say, well, is this something I want to go ahead and get a master's in, or do I want to go on and study other things too? It's a great way to get your feet wet without having to go into like the heavy grad school stuff. So just since you mentioned that.
And it depends on the cat.
Yeah.
Some cats, like one of mine, loves the camera.
Okay. Alrighty. Well.
Well, yeah, Mikey's asleep, so he might consent.
Okay.
Hi, Mikey.
Hang on. Just a second, guys.
This is my Mikey.
There we go.
Oh, there's Cut.
Great in need of the gods who are in you new. Ra in your appearance at the first time. Ra's twins, Shu and Tefnut. Geb and Nut, Lord of Earth and Lady of Heaven. Osir, Aset, Set, and Nebatat. Turn your faces toward us. Behold what is in our innermost. Our hearts are straight, our hearts are open. No darkness is in our hearts. Hail and praise unto you, O Amun Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Amun Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, Amun Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, Amun Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, Amun Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Amun Ra. Hail and praise unto you, O Yunechiru, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out Disfet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. And of course, we're invoking Amun Ra because this is the Feast of Opet.
Right.
So. Although what's kind of cool is the way I have it set up right now. Of course, Ra Horaketi, his statue is in the back, but it's lined up nicely with the statue of Amun. So that idea of syncretism of the union of Amun and Ra, is very much, set up. So it all works very nicely. Eum Hotep Amun Imapet Nebwaset. Come in peace, Amun of the residence, Lord of Thebes. Eum Hotep Amun Imapet Nebipet Resit. Come in peace, Amun of the residence, Lord of the southern residence. Eum Hotep Amun Imapet Kamitef. Eum Hotep Amun Nachara. Come in peace, Amun of the residence, bull of his mother, the greatest god. Eum Hotep Mut Nebetawi. Eum Hotep Mut Nebetisheru. Come in peace, Mut, mistress of the two lands, mistress of the Isheru. Eum Hotep Konsu Ahur. Eum Hotep Konsu Tepi Anamun. Come in peace, Konsu, the very great. Come in peace, Konsu, firstborn of Amun. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. O Amun Ra, O Konsu, O Mut, O Yunechiru. These cool waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, O Yenichidu, that you may be purified with it. All right, now we're going to complicate matters a little bit. Hopefully, not impossibly so. I have to show some off because I decided to take some to use for tonight. But this is some actual cuppets that our friend Atocho made from Kemetic Witchcraft. And I have it in the store. This was when I decided, you know what, I'm claiming this one, for temple use. So we're gonna hopefully light this disc and not cause too much of an issue. Okay, come on. Well, there we go. We give you incense. Oh, there went one of them. We give you incense, great of purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you, it adorns you, it takes its place upon your hands. This incense is the eye of Horus, its fragrance comes to you. Okay, and just so you know, that because people have been asking me recently about practicality with using incense on a charcoal disc. I was able to pick this up because it hasn't been lit for very long. In another 10 minutes, I wouldn't recommend picking up the dish from its side because that heat's going to conduct through the rest of it. But in a brass holder on a brass plate, that's how I do that and keep from scorching anything, fingers included. So. And now to show off a gift that came in just today. This is a whole tin of Mamu cookies. If I can pop it open again, there we go. So we have, and I've gotten these before, and they're wonderful. So we have a date cookie. I think one of these is pistachio, and the other one is walnut. And so we're going to pile these on the offering plate.
Thank you to our ever so gracious benefactor.
Yes.
I will think of you and thank you with every delicious bite.
Yeah. Actually, I think I'm going to take some of these and Ziploc them and freeze them so that they don't go, they don't get stale. They stay fresh and we can enjoy them, because,
It's one of my favorite desserts.
Oh yeah. Well, and by the way, that incense smells wonderful. Can you smell that? Yeah, that's some of Atocha's carpet. Yeah.
It's funny.
I
left to go blow my nose.
Mm-hmm.
And I come back to that scent. That's actually the first thing I've been able to fully smell and enjoy all day.
Wow, that's really cool.
What a gift.
Yeah, and I have a pellet somewhere on the floor that I'll have to look for later.
Yes, don't eat it.
Yeah. I'll probably find it as I'm, putting everything away. But, okay. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, so you should lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. And also some beef, which can represent, the hearts of Ra's enemies. A lot of times when they make a meat offering, that's what they would say. It's take this, which is the hearts of your wicked foes. So, so I'm gonna put one more of these on here. There we go. Okay. The gardens prosper, and Happy rejoices, overflowing with his meal. Almost literally. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Amun Ra, Hoyanichidu. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. Okay, now if I can just get the bar. There we go. Pure, pure is Amun Ra Horiketi within his house. Pure, pure is Mut within her house. Pure, pure is Khonsu the child within his house. Pure are the cause of these Nechuru, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure. For Amun, Ra Horiketi, for Mut, for Khonsu, and their needs, in every place that their immortal cause dwell. Come to your bodies, O Amun Ra Horiketi, O Mut, O Khonsu. Come to your bodies, O Yunuchuru. Come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings and partake of them. Skip this one. Come, O people. Raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Amun Ra, before Mut, before Khonsu. All life comes from them, all health comes from them, all stability comes from them, all good fortune comes from them as it has since the first time. And I may actually have to find something to kind of snuff that so that it doesn't just smoke up excessively. There we go. Maybe. Okay. O Amun Ra Horiketi and your son, the Osir Nisu Nebkepadu Ra, your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And now we will remember our blessed dead. Actually, I can probably light the candle with this one. See if it'll do it. There we go. So we light them this candle. That it may be the eye of Horus for them, and light their way in Duat. And we bring to them these cool waters which flow from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Okay. there it is. Found the other pellet of cow poo. I'll save it for next time. Orekaru ta henkets kakao apdusa nachumerhat kutnibet nofret wabet onket nachurim and cow and akupunibu makirunibu hirnachura. A voice offering of bread, beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these Aku, all true of voice before the great god. Okay. And now, because it's Feast of Opet, it's originally it was a festival of reconsecration, and so we reconsecrate and rejuvenate Amun and reconsecrate ourselves as followers of the Netridu. So, hail unto you, O Amun Ra, and your need. We have come to you, O Netridu, that we may see your beauty, for we know you and we know your names. Behold, we have come before you. We bring to you Ma'at, and we repel as fet for you. Hail, O Amun, and take this oil, which is the eye of Horus. Let it reach you. Let it rejuvenate you. Let it cool your heart. You shall not grow weary with it. Hail unto you, O Khonsu. Zamut. Let this oil rejuvenate you and cool your heart. May you not grow weary with it. And because I have stuff that really doesn't need to get wet on here, I'm just going to kind of get a few drops of water. Hail, O Amun. Receive these waters, which are the eye of Horus, O Khonsu, O Mut. May they rejuvenate you. May they purify you. May they cool your heart, for you shall not grow weary with it. You okay? I just hear a shudder, and let me guess. You stretched, and you started to lean one way, and you almost crashed into the cart of stuff over there. As like I said, there are tripping hazards, to say the least, outside of the shrine space. But, hail unto you, O Yunachiru, in all your names and in all your places. Place your consecration upon us. May you make it beneficial to us, and may you protect us from all evil. Receive us and place your arms over us, for we are your Shemsu upon this earth. May we be beneficial to you and to humankind, as you are beneficial to us. And move this out of the way. Hold on a minute. Where the poor thing. I have to fall asleep. Okay. And now, ordinarily, we wait to consume our offerings until, after the service is over. But because in this case, what we're doing is we are affirming ourselves, consecrating ourselves as being, followers of the gods. It's symbolic that we eat from their table because we are part of their fold. And so, Darren, were you saying you wanted to have a cookie?
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell you what, I'll take a bite first. Of what shall we eat? We shall eat the bread which Renutet provides for us in the shrine of the gods. We shall eat of bread and partake of ma'at. Hmm. Here, boo.
Awesome.
I think this is even fresher than the ones we get from the grocery, in the Middle Eastern grocery, isn't
Awesome.
it?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's gonna go good with some coconut milk.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
May even go good with a pina colada.
It would also go good with some bourbon
Hmm. Okay.
or coffee. Oh my gosh, a cup of coffee. Coffee. Yay.
I think it's really funny that you were so at peace, you were starting to doze, and then when we kind of bring you back around with a little water and offering cookie, you were like thinking of coffee. So, well, that may have to be an offering at some point, some coffee. Okay. We come unto you, O Amun Ra, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your ka shall live. Truly, your Aeneid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Aeneid says unto you, your word is law eternally. The spet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay. Let's see if that. Well, it sort of was working there. Oh. I'm going to have to clean that lid off later. Okay. Hail, Amun Ra, Lord of the thrones of the two lands. May you live forever. A drinking place is hewn out, the sky folded back to the south. A drinking place is hewn out, the sky folded back to the north. Hail, Amun Ra, first one of the two lands, foremost one in Karnak. In splendid appearance in your fleet, in your beautiful feast of Opet. May you be pleased with it. A drinking place is built for you in the ship of ships. The paths of the twin horizons have been bound up for you. A great flood has been raised up. May you pacify the two ladies, O Lord of the red and white crowns. O Horus, strong of arm. Is that? Oh, that actually is your phone. Okay. Dua muat. Oret nevet isheru. Mozut shu imichem waset. Konsu atawi. Bekatu imatun. Dies ertaim im hat muat. Tamatin ra. Kimat shu. Mahenet eret debenet itasra. Disu ertaim konsu. Sat temait. Irit kemaise. Adoration of Mut the Great, mistress of Isheru, who gives birth to light again in Thebes, who traverses the two lands pregnant with the sun, that she may give birth to him in the temple of Mut. Mother of Ra, she who creates light, great Uraeus who encircles her father, who gives light to him as who gives birth to him as Khonsu, both daughter and mother, who makes her own creator. Khonsu, Pacherad, Ahur, Tepianaman, Hunenefer bener merut, Nisut Cheredu Nibu, Hi Anch Mozut, Uchem Mozut Miatan, Uchem Ranepen Raim Waset, Kiem Duao, Nakachim Masher, Hunu Ranepir Tepteru, Iem Shetim Kut Ketef, Hemesenes Suem Wasetim Shefi Shopes, Anchem Kaperu Efim Kapri, Ra Hemenef Melskao, Atumim Masherim Kenter Romanu, Jefedjem Dujat, Horim Hunuranep, Kiem Amun Ra, Nebkao Ashah Jefao, Nebkero Diem and Neref. Konsu the child, very great, firstborn of Amun, goodly youth, sweet of love, king of all children. Babe born alive, who repeats birth like the sun disk, who repeats the renewal of Ra in Thebes. Babe in the morning, old man in the evening, youth who renews at the proper times, who arrives as an infant after his old age. Whom Mut gave birth to in Thebes as the august child, the living one in his manifestation of Khepri, Ra after he repeated births, a tomb in the evening in the entrance of Manu. Iris of the Ujat, Horus as a young child, babe of Amun Ra, lord of food, plentiful of sustenance, lord of offerings who gives to those he loves. And I'm going to open it up for prayer requests and things like that in just a moment. But one request that I did get was to share a story from our friend Jory, because he the Theban triad of Amun, Mut, and Khonsu are his patrons, and that's because um, he was going through a period of depression and feeling, like nobody would love him, feeling worthless, and suicidal. But he felt Amun come to him and tell him, you are worth something, and I love you, I care about you, you're mine, and that got him to feeling, better and not, wanting to end his life, wanting to live, so he consecrated himself to Amun and the Theban triad, and he wanted me to share that story for the Feast of Opet. And I'm going to step over and see what comments we have. Okay. Wow, you guys have been pretty talkative. I hope you don't mind. I got to scroll back here. Uh, oh, okay. Somebody's saying to me, my first May bun is a Tamarind Wiccan this year. Just found this channel. Well, welcome aboard. Yeah, and actually, because Mabon is just about 3 weeks out. When I wrote, because when I did my revised edition of Following the Sun, I said, well, let's try to come up with a Tamarind Wheel of the Year, and for Mabon, we patterned it after the Feast of Opet. So um, you can use what we're doing tonight as some ideas for what you might want to do. And welcome aboard. Let's see. Okay, yeah, and there's a question about can you eat offerings, like for the blessed dead and for the gods, and I'm going to lean towards the side of yes, you can eat them. Uh, Especially because you had certain festivals for the dead where they would basically go and they would have a meal. And what's interesting is in modern times in Egypt, the 20th century. I'd love it if somebody from country can tell us if this is still done. But for certain festivals, they would and for keep in mind this is like Muslim Mulid festivals. Um, they would like for there's a patron saint, the Abu al Hagag feast in Thebes. They would go out and they would have picnics and they would give food to the poor, and it was done in honor of the dead, and they would have imams chant verses from the Quran, as it's almost like it's kind of parallel with the idea of soul cakes, in the forerunner of Halloween. So thinking about that, it would make sense to me that you can make offerings to the dead and then eat them afterwards because you're partaking with them. And another thing you could do is you can um, make donations to a food bank or something, in memory of of loved ones. Okay, I'm just scrolling through. Uh, oh goodness, yeah. Oh, and you were wearing some. So I'm wondering about some of the statues. Uh, I've gotten them over the course of many years. Actually, what's funny is the Anubis statue to the far side of the altar is 20 years old. And it's kind of hard for me to wrap my head around. Wait a minute, it was 20 years ago that I bought this. You know, and it's funny. I got paid from illustrating some work for somebody, and that was like the first time I'd gotten to cash a check. For getting paid to do work for somebody. And so one of the things I went was I got that Anubis statue, and others I've just collected over the years. So it takes a long time, and yeah, a lot of statues that are out there right now are not the best quality. You have to just be patient and collect them over time. So it's almost like a treasure hunt unto itself. Now, like my statue of Ra Horeketi, he's actually labeled as Horus, but because he has the sun disk with the cobra, that's the iconography for Ra, and so that's why I have him enshrined at the top. And I got him at the Green Man store in Burbank, California, when I went on vacation, and that was like a really awesome trip because I got to spend time with Wally, my adopted grandpa, and so it was really appropriate that I got Ra there. Hmm. Let's see. Look at tutorials making things are cool. There's just okay. Yeah, I'd love to be able to join in the conversation with some of these things. It's just let me go ahead and skip that. Okay, you know what? I am seeing something here though about. Oh wait, come on, stop that. Um, Rose, you're saying that you got a message that you need to offer and possibly be chased during the duration of your service. Uh, well, you know what may be the case with that, and this is where sometimes if you go and you read about, historical things, it can help, so, oh, this suddenly it makes sense now. Um, the ancient priests, when they would they would be on rotation, so they would have like a month on and then, a month off, or so. And during the time that they were serving for their rotation in the temple, they would be chaste. The male or female, they wouldn't, have sex uh, because it was a form of impurity. But then after they were done with their rotation, they went back to their wives and their children. So it was only for that time period. So that might be, keep reading, especially if you're getting an idea that Jehuti is trying to tell you some things. One of the best things you can do to honor him is read and learn, because that's his specialty. And that might help you to kind of decipher some of the things he's trying to tell you. Oh, okay. So I'm saying thanks to Sekhmet, my patron, she's given me the strength to come out as trans. I ask if the goddess give me strength through my journey. Absolutely. Um, and Snow says I could use some healing. Got really sick and it left me with an autoimmune disorder. Absolutely. Alex would like a prayer for spiritual growth. Um, Alejandro would like a prayer for. Oh, it just jumped up. Okay. To give thanks to Sekhmet since I got my second vaccine today. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Prayer request for my cat Nimbus. We had to put him down after having him 15 years. It's been pretty hard since I'm 20. So I grew up with him. Oh my goodness. Yeah, absolutely. Um, Let's play for my cat. Absolutely. Um, yeah, and I can also understand about yeah, the priests, that was actually their job and they got paid to do that, whereas we have to find other ways to make a living. So yeah, we have to find ways to adapt with that. But okay, so we'll say some prayers, and then um, I have a fresh basket full of cookies. So if someone wants divinations, we can do that too, because this is definitely an appropriate time for those.
They could definitely ask Moot to look after their pets.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because well, with Moots, who can combine with Sekhmet, so I tell you what, we will light Sekhmet's candle in prayer for healing for our friends who are recovering, um, and in memory of loved ones, including kitties. And yeah, 15 years is a good long life for a kitty. But yeah, that was, what you're describing kind of reminds me of Darren's hand. Uh, Darren's childhood dog Boudreaux. It's a black lab. He has a special spot in his heart for black labs. And see, Boudreaux he had gotten when he was young, and she finally died. They had to put her to sleep because she had hip dysplasia. And it's unfortunate that a lot of breeds get that, because it's a prednisone can give them about another year of life, but when it stops working, because I had a dog named Dragon that happened to, but Darren had Boudreaux from the time he was little, pretty young. When he steps back in, I can ask him, but he was in college and had met me by the time that he lost Boudreaux, and so that is his pet, and he had a bond with. So and that kitty has a bond with you, and will remember you, and will be waiting for you, and just don't rush it. You'll see them again in due time. Hail of Sekhmet the Great, eye of Ra who hides him within her iris. Hail Sekhmet, sovereign, mistress of light who moves in brightness. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of darkness, at whose setting the dusk comes. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of fear, whose seal brings death. Hail unto you, Sekhmet, daughter of Ra, who loves Ma'at, who detests his fet. Most holy of the gods, one seeks life in you. And don't tell me I'm going to have to redo this candle again. This is getting close to the bottom. That's probably why it keeps going out. Yeah, we may have exhausted this can. That's okay. I can make another one and refill this one. But we've definitely said our prayers to Sekhmet. So we will consider her involved. Okay. All right, prayer request to Amun, the guardian who is beneficent. Please watch over my household and those who are dear to me. To Aset, beautiful mother, please shield my household from misfet and ill will. Yes, hello, Aset. Hang on, I'm going to step across the camera here because I've got a candle for her somewhere in here. Well, there was an old one that I had that had a prayer because what you were saying reminds me of one. Heal me from and protect me from all things bad and evil. Protect me as you protect your son Horus. And I'm going to get out of the camera. So I just turn around and I see the screen and I'm like, ah. Alrighty. So who was up for a divination? Okay. David Ledoux. David, where are you from? Ledoux. That name, that's a South Louisiana name. Because we know some Ledouxs. So you're gonna have to tell us where you're from, but let's do a divination for you. So, and since you're new here, then what we do is we have a box of or a basket full of fortune cookies, and here we go. This one is yours. And it says, let us train our minds to desire what the situation demands. And see, that's pretty interesting because sometimes what happens is what we want is not what the situation calls for. So you're going to have to do some introspection on something. Let us train our minds to desire what the situation demands. So what's wanted may not be what's needed in this case. I think that's what this is telling you. So okay. Send me strength, please. Nursing shift. Oh goodness, yes. Oh, Native American, but my dad's from Canada. That explains it, because Cajuns originally came from Acadia. You guys didn't make it down to Louisiana, so that explains it. Yeah. Okay, divination for college application help, please. Absolutely. Okay. And that's for Rose. And then sarcastic. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Darren's family are Broussards, and the Broussards originally were up in Canada, and what's now called Nova Scotia was originally Acadia when the French had it, and they ended up coming down. A lot of Broussards, Gaudiers, a lot of folks like that came down to Louisiana. But that would explain. That's interesting. Apparently, there were some Ledouxs up there in Canada, and some of them ended up coming down to Louisiana because Darren's stepdad was a Ledoux. So y'all have a connection going way, way back. All right, Rose needs help with her college application process. So if you would give her some guidance. Let's see what it says. Oh wow, Rose, Rose, I'm showing this to you. The cookie is empty. I think they want. I think they're trying to tell you that you already know what you need to be doing. Um, you've got this. Just don't second guess yourself. You already know, and they know that you know. So they decided to give you the cookie with no fortune in it. Okay. Uh, let's see. Situation calls. Okay, and Amanakt needs a divination. Okay, it's sarcastic. So we're going to sarcastic, Amanakt, and then Marie. Okay, and then Audrina. And then Alex. Okay. All right, we're starting with sarcastic. Nope. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, sarcastic. It was your turn to get two. Did you have two questions in mind? Wow. Life is a gift. Don't waste it. That's the first one. Second one. Mutual assistance in despair will make the ugly situation more fair. With life is a gift, don't waste it. Um, you may be thinking that you're alone right now. You're not. There are some people that if you reach out to them, um, whatever you're going through, they're going to help you to get through it. You know the folks that are closest to you. That I get a sense that you know who these people are, and whatever you're going through, um, don't waste the opportunity to build um, deeper bonds with somebody that you love and that loves you. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so that's for sarcastic. Let's see. And Amanat, and then Marie. Okay. All right. This I thought was weird because out of this one, I was like, okay, this must be the one, and then it brought another one with it. So, okay. It is very good karma to practice random acts of kindness. Okay, so I'm gonna knock. That was your first one, and your second one here. A refreshing change is in your future. You know what? Builds up some good karma now, and it's going to pay off. I think that's the gist of this. So here you go. Refreshing changes in your future. Okay. Let's see. So I'm not okay, and Brian wants a request for divination for my fiance. Is taking a new career path and is wondering if it should be set in stone. Okay, well, oh yeah, and Marie as well. So shoot, because I'm one. All right, let's try and keep these in order. So we'll do Brian and then Marie. Hang on, we're getting to you. So Brian, for your fiance, should they keep with this career path that they're going on? There we go. An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. Are they thinking about going back to school, perchance? But another way, another thing is try this, and I think that as they try it, they'll figure out, whether or not, they want to keep doing it. But yes, an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. We didn't have any time cookies, but Marie, it's your turn. There we go. It is not the strong, but the responsive that survive. I'm not sure what might be going on right now, but if maybe you're feeling like, you're somehow less than what the situation calls for, don't worry about, being the biggest and the baddest and the strongest. It is not the strong, but the responsive that survive. Be smart, be aware of your situation. That will give you the advantage where, others are just trying to force their way through things. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Let's see. Okay, now Audrina and then Alex. Okay, cool. And I see cynical. I think I have my username to actually show up this time. Could I have a divination this time around? Okay. And hey, well, you know what? I'm always glad to check the comments and when I read this, because I have no idea what might be the case other than just the senses that sometimes come with the fortune. But when you guys say, oh, that works, that's fine, then cool. We're doing something good. So okay, so Audrina and then Alex. Okay, Audrina. Inch by inch, life's a cinch. Yard by yard, life is hard. Baby steps. Take things one step at a time. Don't try to overwhelm yourself with the big picture. Just one foot in front of the other. Inch by inch, life's a cinch. Yard by yard, life is hard. And I think that's good advice all around, because it's real easy to give yourself anxiety trying to think of the big picture sometimes. But okay, now it's Alex. All right, Alex. Oh, wow. Okay. First one. It takes courage to lead a life, any life. second one. And I suspect we're going to put these two together, and that's going to say something. Okay. Money speaks a language everyone understands. Okay, maybe they aren't, but this hopefully will make more sense to you. But it takes courage to lead a life, any life. Money speaks a language everyone understands. If I'm thinking maybe if are you trying to look for a new job or something right now? Because that's kind of the vibe that this is. You're thinking about doing something to better your life. Um, don't be afraid. Go for it. Um, and I'm getting a sense like maybe there's some people that you want them to respect you more. And tell me if any of this is wrong, but that's kind of the sense that I'm getting. Go for it. Again, it takes courage, but no more than it would for anybody else. It takes courage to lead a life, any life. I said, hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Okay. All right. Much love. I'm not. Glad you were able to join in with us. Sister's calling. Okay. Well, probably. He probably had to answer the phone, already, and so he'll catch this later. But we love you. So glad you're able to join in. Let's see. So, Alex. Okay, now for cynical, because I got my username to actually show up. So cynical, it's your turn, and then Alejandro, and then we'll come back to David for another one. So, okay. Oh wow. Okay, trying to find work as a freelance writer. Wow, awesome. And that's my hats off to you. And if we can do anything to help, especially if anybody knows, where they might be able to go. Sometimes networking, does the God's work. So, but let's see. So cynical, and then Alejandro. Cynical is requesting a divination, and they're like, boom, this is for you. Never give up. And I got the sense they were waiting to tell you this, because that cookie just came out, and they said, never give up. You may be feeling down, don't give up. And the gods are telling you, have faith and don't give in. So there you go, cynical. It's okay to be cynical, just don't give up. Okay, and let's see, Alejandro. Then we'll come back together. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so, all right. All right, Alejandro. Okay. Alejandro, it says, make every day your best. You will improve yourself greatly. And, I have to say, sometimes when you do things that seem like they are, you're like, what in the world does that have to do with the price of rice? But it ends up making room for something else good to come in. So, make every day your best. You will improve yourself greatly. Um, in my case, I had to clean a whole bunch of stuff out in the kitchen, a whole bunch of stuff that was meant to be recycled and all that. Got the kitchen looked almost desolate. But the reason I did is because I was told, you need to make room in your life for more blessings to come in. And funny thing, like the weekend after that, my brother brings over a whole bunch of venison that we put in the freezer and some wood pieces that I can use to make more stuff for my Etsy store. And actually, there's a new pedestal base that I've got raw sitting on that came from that batch of stuff last week. So, I was like, okay, I just had to make the room for good things to come in, and you would never think that there'd be a connection between those, but if sometimes it's the little things that we do to make ourselves better every day that lead to something much bigger. And so, David, you wanted a little more clarification. Let's see if I've got something. Oh, there we go. Mm. And it says, make big plans. Hmm. And I think there's so many of them. I don't remember what your original one was, but just take this one and pair it with it. Make big plans. Okay. Okay. Well, thanks for joining in, Rose. We love you too. Okay. Ian would like a divination. And yeah, the trick with venison is you got to marinate it right because I've had plenty of venison that was not done that well, and it's really dry and still kind of gamey. But if you marinate it like we're doing with that roast, then it comes out really good. So that's going to be our OPET feast. So, all right, so Ian, wow, that one just landed right here. By the way, this is our Ramadan cloth. That's what we have on the altar tonight. So because it's a major holiday. So as seen on the Kemetic How To Guide. Okay. Learn to love by loving yourself first. There you go, Ian. Because the problem is, if you don't love yourself first, then you're not going to attract the right kind of people. And I know we get requests sometimes for prayers for people who are lonely and want to find the right person. And I have to say, start by loving yourself because if you've got that light inside of I love myself. I know I'm worth it. Um, I'm not going to do myself wrong. Then other people will respond to that, and then you will attract good people that want someone who's confident and you know uh you know has a lot of love for themselves as well as love to give. If you don't have that, then you're going to attract people who um, don't have your best interests in mind. Let's put it that way. So, yes, Learn to love by loving yourself first. Oh, sweetheart, we're glad you're here and we love you and you're worth it. You know, the fact that you had patience enough to tune in with us for an hour and 15 minutes, you know, um, you know, and remember, the gods love you just the way you are. So, I might as well ask for a donation. I have a lot of work ahead of me that's been piling up important stuff I enjoy, but I'm stuck for what I should be working on first. Okay, well, Snow, let's go ahead and see. And you know what? It's appropriate that we're doing this for OPET because we have historical records that, you know, there were people that, you know, interrupted the procession of the statue of Amun to ask for an oracle, you know, during the Feast of Opet. So, you know, it has historical precedent. Okay, snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Okay. Modesty is the art of enhancing your charm by pretending not to be aware of it. Okay, and you're trying to figure out what things to work on first. I don't know how that's going to tell you specifically what things to work on first. But that's what they had. You sounds like you're a busybody like me. Oh, and by the way, I know I had the camera turned down. Yamana, did you need a divination?
I was about to ask for one.
Alrighty. Yeah, I guess I guess Mary had to step out for the evening, but we're glad to see her. So, okay, Yamana's turn. Last but not least, and maybe not even last. Who knows? Okay. It's time to complete some unfinished business.
Yeah, all right then. Good.
Hopefully you know what that is.
Yeah. I have a few things I have to work on.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, guys, let's go ahead. If anybody else has any more requests, go ahead and just mention those. If I missed you, just remind me. I'll make sure that I got everybody, and we'll go ahead and start to wrap it up. But it's really been awesome, and I'm glad we were all able to come together and share some love, because that's what this is all about. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Kefri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great in need, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the Shrine of Shanit in Unu endures. As the name of Osir, Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Aset and Nicheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehutin, Chemenu endures. As the name of Ra and the Aket endures likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Amun Ra. You have come in peace, O Khonsu, O Mut, O Yunechiru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. May you go forth in peace, O Yunechiru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Menjet bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. And somebody on the Facebook group shared some really, really lovely pictures of their altar setup for OPET, and it gave me the idea. If you happen to be in my Patreon feed, I'll go ahead and make a post about it later. But share with let's share some pictures. If you take if you have an altar set up for OPET, share with us, and I'll make a little video for it and try and get it out, for next week. Because the whole, the feast lasts like a whole week. We'll be wrapping up, next Friday, and it might be cool to have, a little video just so that more people can see. Okay, this is what OPET is. This is what people do, and why is it, some folks' favorite holiday? I think because I think some folks, just from what the posts I was seeing, have been really excited about this weekend. And I hope everyone has a really good weekend. And I'm going to check and make sure that we're not missing anybody. Okay. Played any of the Luxor games? I do if you feel here once. Yeah, it's quite likely. But Luxor games like computer games. Are you talking about like Luxor and Vegas or? Oh, and happy birthday to Alex. Yeah, well, hey, Snow, if you got some insight from something that was read for somebody else, then they probably were, kind of nodding your way too. But and David, thank you for joining us. It was lovely to have you, and hope to see we do this. Officially, we start at 8:30, but it's kind of like running on powwow time. Sometimes it runs a little bit late, but 8:30 ish on Friday nights, Central. So, thank you guys for tuning in, and um. Yeah, I'm just looking at this lovely spread. I'm wondering if I should take a picture with like all the fortune cookies on here. I should probably do that. But in the meantime, I hope you guys have a really, really awesome weekend. For those of us here in the United States, it's Labor Day weekend. So have a good one. Have a happy Monday off, hopefully. And, take care of yourselves. Be well. And we look forward to seeing you again on Friday. Yeah. And yeah. Okay, it's 8:18 where you are. So, you know what? Are you in uh Vancouver area? Because that sounds like Pacific time. But yeah, that's right. And okay, cool. Oh, California. Okay. And okay, you know what? See, you said okay. I was thinking of something else. You said your dad was from Canada, and so I immediately thought, oh well, But anyway, um, Yeah, and for Marie, it's really really early. Poor thing, you're keeping hours like I have been lately. So, because yeah, it's been really crazy. But get some sleep. We love you. Thank you guys, and y'all take care.